Raymond Mhor, Kilted Prepper, and stinking YouTube is making me go live with my phone vertical like this, which I normally do not do. So they wouldn't let me go live. What a weird thing. But how's everybody doing today? It has been rainy here in Virginia, and so kind of dank, kind of rainy, and everything. But check this out. I am still getting some beautiful tomatoes. These are some Cherokee, and getting some wonderful, wonderful tomatoes, and they're just very good. Now, Cherokees I'm finding to be a little more juicier and a little more seedier and everything. So, but good stuff. I love it. And so we're still getting tomatoes. So now I do pick my tomatoes on the green side and let them ripen in the window. We have a whole area right over there where we let them ripen. So, hey Sherry, how you doing? So, but that way our tomato harvest is a lot better, and we don't have a lot of bugs eating our tomatoes or anything like that. So, coffee with Ray. So, so today, what I wanted to do is, so hey Chantel, how you doing? Is compare, we've been talking about protein and how protein is kind of disappearing off the shelf. And, so I have found, it was interesting, I was at Wally World the other day, and I found some canned roast beef. The price, I want to say, was something like $3.65 a can. Whereas in my preps, I've actually had some Butterfield roast beef. And so this is what I've had, stocked up and everything. And tell you the truth, I cannot find Keystone to save my life. So, hey Kim, hey Holly, how's everybody doing? So, hush up. Sorry about that. Daphne. Sorry. So, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Daphne, be quiet. I'm sorry about that. Be quiet, Daphne. Hush up. She's freaking out because she sees something in the living room that she doesn't like. So, but anyways, back to the story. I saw this at Walmart. And because, we've been talking about how protein is getting harder and harder to find nowadays, I thought I'd pick up some cans. Again, they were $3.65 a can versus what has been in my prep room for a while. And I think I got this at Costco or Sam's Club or something like that. But bought a number of these. Now, here's the interesting thing. Listen, I don't know if you can hear this. Can you hear that? Hear that shaking? So this is roast beef in broth. Now, listen to the Walmart one. Can you hear that? That is telling me there is way more broth in this can versus the Butterfield can. So, Butterfield, Walmart. Butterfield, Walmart. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but I definitely can. Now, the interesting thing, too, is this can, and I'm finding it rather hard, so we're going to see what happens when we open it. But this can says there's 6 servings of meat in here with a serving size of 2 ounces each. Now, are they also comparing and adding to the broth or what? I don't know. Whereas the Walmart brand says that there are 3.5 servings in this can at, let's see, what is it? 3 ounces per serving. So again, are they adding, or are they adding the broth to that equation or not? So, so let's do some can opening here. Let me see what we can tip this camera down so you guys can see what's going on. Oh, come on. Tripod. Let's see here. Okay, that'll work right there. So, so let's open up, first of all, the Butterfield. Opens up, nice and clean. Some nice fat on it and everything. So scrape off the fat because you want to keep the fat. So we can see here there's some decent amount of, you know, beef here, some good chunks. Now I have to honestly say I do not see 6 servings of beef in here. You know, this is enough to make a you know, add to a salad, you know, add to a casserole, you know, maybe make a beef salad instead of chicken salad sandwich, beef salad sandwich with it and everything. I don't know. Now, here's another thing. Let's go for a taste. I've never had this. Cynthia likes this, so, but kind of on the salty side. Now, what was interesting, the salt content or the sodium content to the Butterfield was not as high, where the Walmart brand, look at the sodium. The sodium was 440 milligrams, 19%, where this one here, the sodium is only 200 milligrams. So that tells me that this is going to be way more saltier than that. And I thought this was rather salty. Yeah. Now, kind of on the salty side. Not bad. Tolerable. So, let's open up the Walmart brand. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Not very much fat on the lid. And if you remember, you know, on the Butterfield, we had a lot of fat. Let's see if I can get these both in this picture here. Look at the comparison of the two. Butterfield had a lot of fat on the lid. This is the fat that we had on the Walmart brand. So you can definitely see that the Butterfield has way more meat versus the Walmart brand, which, I mean, look at this. This might be kind of like, you know, almost like a soup or something, but let's give it a taste too. And then look at the you know, this is dark brown versus the color here. So, you know, Butterfield, Walmart. So I'm wondering, is there any color added to the Walmart brand? So giving the Walmart brand a taste. Interesting. I have to say, even though the Walmart brand advertises a 19% salt versus a 12% salt, I'm not really tasting the saltiness. So let's do something else here. So let's try the broth. Butterfield, to me, seems to be on the salty side. Whereas the Walmart brand, I don't know, you know, it says 19% salt, but, or sodium, but it is not as salty. Now you can definitely see again, the Butterfield brand, you're getting a lot more beef in the can. So I can see where maybe their serving portions is possibly true. And then, but, you know, the Walmart brand, you know, there really isn't much meat here. So now, what I would suggest to people here is there is a lot of broth in both of these. Save the broth. You know, what I'm planning to do after this is actually cook this up in some eggs and everything. But I would save the broth and then put it in some ice cube trays and save the broth. Because then, now the Walmart brand broth, again, let me taste this one more time. The Walmart brand broth is not that salty, where the Butterfield, pretty salty on this one. So I'm really confused, really interesting. Why does this say less sodium versus this is higher sodium, but this one tastes more saltier? But as you can see here, we have way more beef in the Butterfield brand versus the Walmart brand. Walmart, you're getting, in fact, let's count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's count that as 8, 9, and now we're counting 10. Well, we're kind of getting down to the dregs here, folks. But you can see we've got maybe about 10 bites of beef, and you can see all the broth that's here versus the Butterfield brand that has definitely a lot more meat in it versus less broth. So even though the Walmart brand was $3.65, you know, I'm not, you know, is it a good deal or not? I don't know. Now, I have to say that the Walmart brand meat actually tastes better. It's not as salty. It's not as stringy, if you want to call it that, stringy, where this is a little more of that beef stringiness. This isn't. And I actually like this better because it isn't as salty, it isn't as stringy, where the Butterfield, you can kind of see the stringiness, and again, that's normal for beef and things, is the stringiness. Whereas this, again, you're seeing the stringiness there, but it falls apart a lot easier. And so I think what's happened is that the Walmart brand is probably pressure cooked a lot more versus the, you know, Butterfield brand. So, but I'm actually liking the Walmart brand when it comes to taste. So $3.65, would I buy this again? I would have to say, based on taste, yes, I would. So let's pop her back up here again. So, you know, the Walmart brand does have some nice big chunks. They only give you about 10 or 11 chunks in the can, where the Butterfield has some good chunks as well. But you can definitely see the difference. This is lighter in color. This is darker in color. So I wonder if they twice cooked this or not. Or, you know, because you can definitely tell both have been pressure cooked. But this has been, you know, cooked once, I think. And I think this has maybe been cooked twice. Which is, for a chunk of beef, isn't bad. Because cooking beef twice actually breaks it down. But I thought this one, a lot more saltier versus the Walmart brand, which is to me, a lot softer and tastier. So I think I would be buying the Walmart brand more, even though I'm not getting as much meat in the can. I'm not getting it as salty, and the broth is actually pretty good. I could actually create a soup or something out of this. Where the Butterfield brand, even though you get more meat, it does tend to be a little more saltier. And I would say, I don't know if it's about the same amount of broth. I think it's probably less broth because there is more meat in the can. So, but let's see here. Maybe mixing them together will even the saltiness out. Good point. And that's probably what I'm going to do, because I'm sorry, eating with my mouth full. But I thought I'd do this comparison this morning because, again, we've been talking about how protein is becoming harder and harder to find. And the only thing you're really seeing in the protein areas is tuna fish. maybe some salmon. So, I'm seeing cans of sardines, which even that, the cans of sardines are not as stocked because I like sardines. And in fact, I like the smoked ones in olive oil. That's what I tend to buy when I'm getting sardines and everything. But I'm noticing that those are kind of even disappearing off the shelf. Not or the availability isn't as much there. So, but finding cans of beef, at least at Kroger's, has been impossible. I finally found this can of beef at, Walmart. And so, again, giving them a try, see what it's like. I have to say that I actually like the Walmart canned beef. I'm not getting as much beef, but it's not as salty. The broth tastes really good. And the meat is softer, easier to eat. I think it'd be really good in eggs and everything. So that's kind of everything here on this. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If you guys get some different cans of roast beef, I would love to see a picture, or I'd love to hear what kind you have. We don't have Keystone. I have been looking all over the place for Keystone in our area, and we don't have it. I can't find it to save my life. And so, yeah, I can get it on Amazon and everything. Now, I did see another can of beef, and they only had like 2 or 3 cans of that at Walmart, but it was like $10 a can. And I was like, let's not do that right now. So I went for the cans of roast beef. Now, Walmart did have beef strips as well as some pulled pork. I did buy some pulled pork, and I don't have any other pulled pork in our inventory. But I will give that a try too and see what the pulled pork would taste like and everything. If it's anything like the canned beef, it might be rather good. So for $3.65 a can, this is kind of worth it. You're getting some big chunks of meat, big chunks of meat. You can probably make a good, roast beef salad sandwich out of it. You can also add it to some soups and stuff like that. I think it would probably take a couple cans of that to be added to the soups to actually give some beefy flavor. These are big enough chunks that you can actually cut them up into more reasonable bite-sized pieces. And here we go. Okay. Daff likes the Walmart beef too. Daphne. So, but that's pretty much everything that I can share with you. Again, tell me what you're seeing at your stores. I'm really looking for canned beef. I mean, I've got Vienna sausages, I've got sardines, I've got tuna up the wazoo, I have chicken breast and everything. So, but I don't have enough beef and I don't have enough pork. So except for spam. So do me a favor, tell me what you're seeing at your store, what you're thinking, and maybe, give some can tests yourself and let us know. And if if you are part of our Kilter Prepper community, if you're not, go there, go to Facebook right now, become part of the Kilter Prepper community. Description is below, and join us. And let's start showing some pictures of what proteins we have. What do you guys think of it? How does it taste and everything, so that we can then start, getting the hive mind kind of going and start really looking for good deals. I'm liking the Walmart for $3.65. I think that is not a bad deal, to be honest. Whereas the Butterfield, I forget what the cost of Butterfield was. We bought it at Costco and we really stocked up on it when we had the chance. And that was probably a year and a half ago. Let's see if I get a date on. No dates on either one of those. But yeah, go to the Kilter Prepper Facebook group, join it, and then, get part of the community. And what we can do is start working together and start, making these comparisons and seeing what is the best deal, what is the best, best can of beef. Because I'm really having a hard time finding canned beef of anything out there. So, yeah, Chantel, do me a favor. Yeah, please. And I know you're in the Facebook group. Take some pictures and post them, please, to the Facebook group so that we can see what's going on in your area. Because, again, canned protein is, I think, is just becoming harder and harder to find. and things. So time now to stock up on it, folks. So that's everything that I've got for you. This has been a lot of fun. I'm doing a taste test and kind of looking to see what, cans of canned beef are like and everything. I may do some of this with some canned chicken or some other canned products, and really look at the comparison of Walmart versus, a name brand. And so, but that's everything. Raymond Mhor, Kilter Prepper, Coffee with Ray. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And kilt on.